Each day you postpone this change, you are paying a high price. Time lost organizing things you do not use, money spent on empty promises, energy wasted maintaining a lifestyle that does not reflect who you truly are. Your house should be a reflection of your soul, not a warehouse of your impulses. When you look around, you should see beauty, purpose, history, not guilt, broken promises, and abandoned versions of who you thought you wanted to be. Consumerism is a prison disguised as freedom. Minimalism is freedom disguised as deprivation. The difference lies in understanding that having everything you want is not freedom, it is addiction. Freedom is discovering that you already have everything you need. The system that profits from your inadequacy. This trap is not accidental. It is an architecture carefully constructed to transform you into a professional consumer. In the United States, 33% of people are buying cheaper products than usual, and 40% have reduced the quantity of items purchased, but this does not mean they are buying less. They are just reorganizing the addiction. Each advertisement you see was designed to generate a sensation of inadequacy, to make you believe that you do not have enough, that your life is not good enough, that something essential is missing for your happiness. That anxiety that hits in the middle of the afternoon, when you open Instagram and see the apparently perfect lives of others, is not coincidence. It is fuel for the next shopping cycle. Over the past years, 2008 taught me that people buy far more than they need. Not just things. They buy promises, dreams, imaginary versions of themselves. And I discovered something disturbing. Most of us are living a borrowed life, disguised as freedom. If you follow me here on Sharma Minimalista, you know I do not like beating around the bush. And today I will tell you an uncomfortable truth. You might be being manipulated without realizing it. If this is your first video here, welcome. Subscribe to the channel, activate the notification bell, and leave your like, especially if you seek a life with more lightness, sophistication, and intention. Family memories and lessons. Growing up in Los Angeles, specifically in Torrance in the South Bay Area, I was blessed to learn from both American practicality and Japanese wisdom through my grandparents. My grandfather Takeshi would tell me stories about the importance of choosing quality over quantity, while my grandmother Akiko taught me the beauty of empty spaces and the peace they bring to the mind. When I returned from Japan in 1992, I brought only 2 suitcases with me to our family home in Torrance. Everything I owned fit into those cases, and yet I felt richer than I ever had surrounded by rooms full of possessions. That was my first real lesson in the power of less. My son Kenji, now 21 and studying civil engineering at university, grew up watching me practice these principles. When he was young, he would ask why we did not have as many toys as his friends. I would show him how to find joy in simple things, building castles with his wooden blocks instead of needing the latest electronic gadgets. Today, he thanks me for teaching him that happiness does not require accumulation. I remember once, when I was still young, when I visited the house of an acquaintance in Tokyo. She lived in a space of 300 square feet, but every inch had purpose. There was no excess, no unnecessary accumulation. When I asked how she managed to live with so little, she told me something I never forgot. It is not little when everything has meaning. This happened in 1990, but America today lives the opposite of this philosophy. Therefore, we created a country where having more became synonymous with living better. But this could not be further from the truth. A test I conducted a small test a few months ago. I observed the behavior of 3 close friends, all successful women over 30 with good education and stable income. The result? All of them were trapped in what I call the purchased life trap. The first wakes up every day at 6:30 in the morning, picks up her phone before even brushing her teeth, and already starts the day checking notifications. She works 8 hours at a job that pays the bills, but does not fill her with purpose. She arrives home exhausted and compensates for the lost day by buying something online. Clothes that promise to make her feel more confident, a book she swears she will read, a gadget that will improve her productivity. But this happened. Therefore, her house transformed into a museum of broken promises. But she continues buying as if the next acquisition would solve the emptiness she feels. The second friend lives in a house full of objects that once represented changes she wanted to make. There sits the Pilates equipment that promised a more athletic version of herself. Today, it serves as a clothes hanger. There is the bread machine that was going to make her cook more at home. She continues ordering takeout. There are the personal development books that were going to unlock a better version of her. They remain untouched on the shelf. Each object is evidence that she believed transformation can be purchased. The third, more subtle in her excesses, makes intelligent purchases. She researches extensively before acquiring anything, but still accumulates. She has 3 different types of organizers for the same drawer, 2 pans with the same function, 5 practically identical coats. The problem is not what she buys, it is why she buys. She is always searching for the perfect version of herself in objects. According to recent research, 74% of Americans consider themselves conscious consumers, but reality shows something different. 97% have some difficulty adopting truly conscious consumption practices. In other words, we know what we should do, but we cannot stop buying promises. The silent revolution. Minimalism is not about having fewer things. It is about having more choice. It is about recovering your capacity to consciously decide who you want to be, without needing to purchase a borrowed identity. Every Friday, I practice the Japanese financial control method, with bancha tea served in white porcelain. It is a 20-minute ritual where I review not only where I spent money, but why I spent it. This time of reflection taught me that financial freedom does not come from earning more. It comes from wanting less. When the organizing guru arrived in the United States through Netflix in 2019, many people understood only the surface, organizing the house. But her method is deeper. It is about discovering what truly matters to you. It is about creating space for what brings joy, not just accumulating more things. Recently, I learned that this organizing expert, after having her 3rd child, admitted that her house is no longer perfectly organized. She said, "My house is messy, but the way I am spending my time is right for me at this time in my life." This is not contradiction. It is evolution. It is understanding that minimalism is not about aesthetic perfection. It is about alignment with your values. The 3 pillars of liberation. First pillar, recognition. You need to admit that your house is a reflection of your unconscious choices. Each object you do not use is a broken promise to yourself. Look around. How many things have you bought believing they would change your life, but your life continues exactly the same? Second pillar, resistance. Before any purchase, take a pause. If it costs up to $100, wait 24 hours. If it costs up to $500, wait 1 week. Above that, wait 30 days. During this time, note why you want that and what emotion you are feeling. You will discover that most purchase impulses disappear. Third pillar, redirection. Stop being a consumer and become a creator. When you feel the urge to buy something, redirect that energy to create something. Cook, walk, organize a drawer, learn something new, call someone you love. This reprograms your brain to associate satisfaction with creation, not with consumption. The difference between choosing and being chosen. Japanese minimalism teaches that we do not seek to follow the steps of masters, but what they sought. And what they sought was freedom. Not the freedom to have more, but the freedom to need less. When my mother became ill in 2012, she had 3 closets full of clothes, dozens of purses, shoes, accessories, everything organized by color, by occasion, by season. She spent months without leaving the house and discovered that she used only 3 comfortable outfits. That was when she understood that she had spent decades being a slave to a wardrobe that did not reflect who she truly was. The central question is this: are you choosing your life or being chosen by it? When your reactions become predictable, you see an advertisement and feel the urge to buy. You feel bad and seek relief in consumption. You have lost your freedom without realizing it. Freedom is not something you conquer once. It is a daily practice, made of conscious choices. And Japanese minimalism offers a path to recover it. The silent luxury of needing less. In Japan, minimalism is not a trend. It is a life philosophy deeply rooted in daily life. They understood something we are still learning, that true luxury is invisible. It is the quality of an organic cotton sheet, not the shine of something that serves only to impress. Since 2008, I maintain a wardrobe of only 33 pieces that combine with each other. 5 pairs of shoes, each with specific purpose. 7 pieces of jewelry, each with history. It is not deprivation, it is curation. It is the difference between having a closet that serves me and being a servant to a closet that suffocates me. My dining table of walnut wood, purchased in 2010, has marks of time, scratches from when Kenji did homework, stains from when I received friends for tea, a slight wave from when I forgot a hot cup on it. This is finding beauty in impermanence, in the imperfect, in the authentic. If this video made sense to you, if you are also tired of being hostage to your own impulses and want to cultivate a life with more intention and less excess, subscribe to the channel, leave your like and activate notifications. Here at Charm Minimalista, we explore Japanese minimalism as a life philosophy, not as empty aesthetics. And tell me in the comments, is less more for you? I would love to know your opinion about how excess has impacted your life and what changes you would like to make. The life you want is not in the next purchase. It is in the conscious choices you can make from now on.